Ladies and gentlemen, there's one quality that separates those who dream from those who achieve: courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward despite it. It's standing tall when your knees are shaking. It's taking the leap when the outcome is uncertain. Courage is the heartbeat of success. Without it, nothing great can ever be built. When I first left Austria, I was just a kid with a funny accent, a few dollars in my pocket, and a dream bigger than anyone could understand. People said, "Arnold, you're crazy. Stay here. Play it safe." But I didn't come to America to be safe. I came to be more. And that's what courage is all about. Refusing to live a small life because of fear. The first rule of courage: face your fears head on. Every single one of us feels fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But courage doesn't mean you don't feel afraid. It means you act anyway. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll wait forever. The perfect time never comes. The stars never align. You just have to take the first step. And that's where courage begins. When I stepped on stage for my first bodybuilding competition, I was terrified. My hands were shaking, my heart was pounding, but I went out there anyway, because I knew that courage grows only through action. The more you face your fears, the smaller they become. The second rule: courage means standing alone when necessary. Sometimes you'll walk a road that no one understands. People will doubt you, criticize you, even laugh at you, but courage means believing in yourself when no one else does. When I told people I wanted to be an actor, they laughed. With that accent, with those muscles, forget it. But I didn't listen. I knew who I was and where I was going. If I didn't have the courage to stand alone, I would have never stood on that movie set. The third rule: courage is action, not words. You can read every book, attend every seminar, and make every plan, but none of it matters unless you act. The difference between the people who talk and the people who succeed is simple. The courageous ones take action while everyone else waits. When you take bold action, even when it's uncomfortable, life starts to move in your favor. Opportunities appear. Doors open. And most importantly, you begin to respect yourself. The fourth rule: courage builds resilience. You will fail, you will fall, but every time you get back up, your courage grows stronger. Courage is like a muscle. It develops through challenge. The more you push yourself, the braver you become. And one day, what once terrified you will feel small and distant. The fifth rule: courage inspires others. When you act with courage, you give others permission to do the same. You become an example, a light, a living reminder that fear can be conquered. When I ran for governor of California, I knew it would be a tough battle. Politics wasn't my background, but I had the courage to step into the unknown, and that decision inspired others to step up and believe in their own power to make a difference. Courage is contagious. One person's bravery can ignite a fire in 1,000 others. The sixth rule: courage creates freedom. When you stop letting fear control your life, you become unstoppable. You stop waiting for approval. You stop living for comfort. You start living for purpose. Most people never discover what they're truly capable of because they never find the courage to try. They choose comfort over challenge, safety over growth, fear over freedom. But courage breaks those chains. It gives you wings. So ask yourself today, what would you do if you weren't afraid? What dream would you chase if fear didn't exist? The truth is, fear will always be there. It's part of life. But you have a choice. You can let fear stop you, or you can let courage drive you. Every time you face your fears, you expand your world. Every time you take a risk, you unlock new strength within yourself. That's how you grow. That's how you win. Courage is not found in comfort. It's found in the struggle, in the leap, in the moments when you say, "I will not give up." So, today make a promise to yourself. To face your fears. To stand tall when life tests you. To speak your truth even when your voice trembles. To take that risk, start that journey, make that change, because that's where your destiny begins. In the end, it's not the people who never felt fear who changed the world. It's the ones who felt it and moved anyway. That's courage. That's strength. That's how greatness is born. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's one quality that defines every champion, every survivor, every success story, it's not talent, it's not luck, it's not even strength. It's resilience. Resilience is the ability to rise again and after the fall, to keep standing when life knocks you down, to look failure in the face and say, "You're not stopping me." Every great person you admire, every leader, every athlete, every innovator has one thing in common. They got back up when others stayed down. I know because I've been there. When I first came to America, I didn't have money, fame, or connections. I worked construction by day, trained by night, studied English on weekends. People mocked my accent, laughed at my dreams, told me I'd never make it, but I had resilience. I refused to let rejection define me. And that's the truth. Resilience is not about never falling, it's about never staying down. The first rule of resilience: embrace the struggle. Most people run from pain, they avoid failure, but resilience is born in the moments that hurt the most. Every setback is a test, a chance to prove how strong you really are. You see, pressure doesn't break you, it reveals you. Diamonds are created under pressure. Steel is forged in fire, and people become unstoppable through struggle. When you face hard times, don't ask, why me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Because every difficulty holds a lesson, and every lesson makes you stronger. The second rule, turn failure into fuel. Every time you fail, you have two choices, to give up or to grow. The resilient person chooses to grow. When I lost my first bodybuilding competition, I didn't quit. I studied my mistakes, trained harder, and came back stronger. A year later, I was a champion. Failure isn't the end, it's part of the process. Every loss, every rejection, every mistake builds your experience and sharpens your edge. The third rule, stay focused on your vision. Resilience is easier when your purpose is clear. When you know why you started, you can survive anyhow. In your darkest moments, your vision becomes your light. It reminds you that pain is temporary, but purpose is forever. If you stay connected to your vision, you'll keep moving even when the road gets rough. The fourth rule, adapt but never surrender. Resilience isn't about doing the same thing over and over. It's about adjusting, learning, and evolving. The strongest people aren't the ones who never bend. They're the ones who bend and bounce back. Life changes, plans fail, people disappoint you, but as long as you keep moving forward, even one step at a time, you're still winning. Resilience means saying, I'll find another way. The fifth rule, feed your mind with strength. You can't build resilience with a weak mindset. What you focus on grows, so focus on your power, not your pain. Remind yourself every day of your progress, your potential, your purpose. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, not those who pull you down. Because resilience is not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. And the sixth rule, help others rise. The most resilient people use their pain to empower others. They know that real strength is not about never falling, it's about showing others how to get back up. When you share your story, when you help someone else through their struggle, you multiply your own resilience. So let me tell you this, you will fall, you will fail, you will get hurt, but you will also rise, you will grow, you will come back stronger. Resilience is what transforms wounds into wisdom, losses into lessons, and pain into power. Every scar you carry is proof that you didn't give up, that you fought, you endured, and you overcame. So when life hits you hard, stand up. When the world doubts you, prove them wrong. When you feel broken, rebuild yourself piece by piece. Because every time you rise, you inspire someone else to rise too. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be resilient. And if you keep getting back up, no matter how many times you fall, there's nothing in this world that can stop you. Remember this, strength comes from struggle. Power comes from pain. Victory comes from resilience. So rise again, again and again, until nothing can break you. That's resilience. That's how champions are made. That's how greatness is born.